The diary speaks of Xylos, an ancient realm marked here on this map. It's said to hold...
In the hushed, tapestry-draped chambers of Queen Catalina, sorceress Esmeralda leaned in conspiratorially, her eyes glittering like buried treasure. "Your Majesty," she rasped, her voice thick with promises. "The Isle of Xylos is no mere fable. I have seen its wonders, mountains of gold, rivers that run over beds of diamonds, and ancient vaults overflowing with jewels, all ripe for the taking. The gods themselves abandoned this paradise long ago, leaving the immense wealth utterly unguarded, yours for the simple claiming." She described the island's location, a hidden haven lying just beyond the notorious and tempest-tossed Cabo das Tormentas, hinting at a place where the storms of the world finally abate. With a flourish, Esmeralda then produced a tightly rolled parchment bound with a serpent's seal, the secret map, and a fragile leather-bound book, whispering, "The diary of the only soul ever to return, my queen. It holds the keys to the kingdom and the wealth of 1,000 Spains."
Get ready for an expedition to Xylos. I give you a month to get your act together. Meet me separately for briefing. Welcome to my court, Admiral. Admiral, you will go to Xylos and bring back its riches.
Your wish is my command, Your Majesty.
You must remember that the fate of the nation is in your hands, Admiral. Failure will not be tolerated. Godspeed to the expedition. May the Lord be your guide.
For Queen Catalina, Xylos was the final jewel in her crown. It was a land of legend so rich, so limitless, that its conquest would guarantee Spain's glory for 1,000 years. To secure this impossible dream, she turned to her finest commander, Admiral Dawn, a veteran of many such expeditions and one of her close confidant. The mandate was clear: sail with the greatest armada Spain had ever assembled, and bring Xylos and its endless treasures home. Admiral Dawn promised his queen the impossible, and declared that he shall not fail. He assured her that Xylos will yield to her crown.
"I don't want to go, since my wife is about to have our first baby. I am scared."
We will go to Xylos for the glory of Spain. Long live the Queen!
Their initial course led them to the remote islands of Yoruba. The detour was essential, providing the fleet a chance to refill on vital water and fresh supplies before tackling the open ocean. But Admiral Dawn had a second objective. He was desperate to find a local guide, someone who might have sailed near Xylos or, better yet, a navigation map to pierce the veil of the mythical land. Finding neither, the Admiral chose to rely on ambition alone.
This route here, it's the only way through the shallows. We must mark it carefully.
Jacob, we will soon anchor for water and supplies and will sail after 3 days. Wait, I want everyone to behave properly. You must keep up the good name of Spain.
Ensure that the loading is completed by today evening. We have to sail out tomorrow.
Chief, I must retest that
So Antipin Mac was white glass in Logos, the coke white season.
I am very grateful for all your help. I won't forget the help you have provided Spain.
Please be careful. There are dragons and fire which guard this place. I will now take your leave and ensure that the Armada is ready to leave tomorrow morning. Thank you once again.
I have some very ominous news about Xylos. I was told by the tribal chief that till date no one has come back alive. We will reach Xylos soon. Be alert. Be ready for unexpected surprises.
The deeper they sailed, the heavier the air became. The sea played its first trick, the mists of Xylos, an unearthly fog that stole light, stole direction, and stole the minds of men. Compasses failed, charts were useless. The ocean itself seemed cursed.
Captain, there is a thick, ominous-looking mist ahead! I'm scared! Have sense in this air!
Yet Xylos was no unclaimed paradise. No treasure reveals itself without peril. The legends the sailors had dismissed were not poetry. They were grave warnings.
We have reached Xylos!
From the blinding clouds descended the guardians of the realm. Crystal-scaled dragons, breathing pure fire, they were the nightmare made manifest. The proud fleet of Spain, designed to conquer nations of men, was helpless against these creatures. Cannons proved useless. Dragon fire consumed the sails and shattered the great masts. The Armada, forged for glory, broke. Amidst the chaos and the screams of his men, Admiral Don Jamie issued the only order that could save any life: retreat.
We must turn back fast!
The grand expedition returned in ruin. The admiral stood before his queen, his head bowed in shame, not sure of his future.
You have let me down very badly. I have never been so disappointed in my life. Guards, take the Admiral away! I will deal with him separately! Why has the Admiral returned without completing the task?
So much risk, so much blood spilled, and yet no gold from Xylos. Did I misjudge the tides of Fator, the heart of my own Admiral? Spain's coffers run thin, but her will does not. The seas have denied us once, yet I feel their whispers still. The riches are there, waiting for the one bold enough to seize them. I shall find that one, and Spain shall rise anew.
For centuries, the name Xylos has been a curse and a promise. The ultimate obsession, the vanished city whose legendary riches are vast enough to crown a king. But Xylos doesn't need stone walls. It is sealed off from the mortal world, hidden in mist, a cold, eternal shroud that turns the wisest navigator blind. And should anyone manage to pierce that swirling veil, they meet the city's defenses. First, the inferno that ensures the place is eternally guarded by fire. And behind that flame, the fierce, living threat, the mysterious dragons who have pledged their lives to protect the city. These titans of scale and fire ensure the city remains untouchable. They are the keepers of the curse. The treasures are forever beyond reach, and the terrifying legend of Xylos lives on. No one knows who got them here. No one also knows who built the castles there and who looks after them. It's a mystery waiting eternally to be solved. But perhaps, someday, a soul brave enough will find the courage to lift the veil from the myth of Xylos. Adios till then, my friends. No other fleet was ever sent. No other captain dared the mists again. Xylos remained beyond reach, its treasures veiled, its skies ruled by fire. And thus, a new legend was born, that some lands are simply not meant for empire. They are meant only for their gods and their guardians.